so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back, episode 83 of the Not the Same Podcast Sports Show, hosted by this one word. Huh?
I said 83 of them things.
Yeah, 83 of them things, hosted by this one word, because our names ain't at the bottom. C-Micah, that one word over there, Mr. Robert Dean.
Robert Dean. Yeah.
We're very glad to be back with you, man, as always. What's up, Dorothy? A.K.A. D.
Yeah.
I don't ever call you Dorothy, so that felt weird. But yeah, what's up, sis? And yeah, we glad to be back with you, man, as always. But we need you to do us a favor if you're watching us right now, exclusively on YouTube, because Meta, a.k.a. Facebook, a.k.a. Zuckerberg, a.k.a. steal your credit card number, a.k.a. they be putting porn posts inside of reels. They be doing all kind of wild stuff. I be like, oh, what is this? What is this?
Crazy.
Wasn't expecting this. But anyway, if you're watching us right now exclusively on YouTube, please do us a favor and do what you see on the screen. Number one, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to the Not the Same Podcast, number one, why? But if you have not, go ahead and subscribe. Stop acting funny. And then lastly, hit the notification bell so you'll know when we are live, and you'll be notified when we are live right here exclusively on YouTube on most of our shows. All of our shows on YouTube, but some of them on other posts or platforms, but YouTube especially. You know what I mean?
Yeah. D, to answer your question, I'm going to get through this show and one word back to looking at his favorite TV show. There we go. Shout out to our rebroadcast MTMV famo. As you can see it down in the left-hand corner if you're looking, MTMV Sports, Live Show TV, Takeover Radio, Praise 365, Scooter right here in St. Louis, Parable Radio, RYC Praise News, His Hop, both radio and podcast network, and the 520 Collective. Those are some of the rebroadcasters of the Not the Same Podcast.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone once again always watching, man, tuning in, man, and we can't do it without you. But with that being said, let's go and see what's popping, man. A lot of sports is going on, lots and lots of sports.
Somebody tell me what's popping.
How to get these people over here.
Yo. This is our, let's go and get into our What's Poppin' segment. This is What's Poppin'. Number one, NCAA News Top 25 rankings. There's a lot of football going on. Lots of football going on.
But y'all already know the drill, man. We're not getting ready to go through all 25 of these teams.
We are not.
Number one is Georgia, once again, holding a number one spot. Number two is Michigan. Number three, Florida State. Number four, Texas. Number five is USC. Ohio State comes in at number 6. Number 7, Penn State. Number 8, Washington. Notre Dame is number 9. And Alabama is still in the top 10, although they lost against Texas last week. That's why Texas is number 4, and Alabama is now number 10. That is your top 10 of the top 25. And if you want to go see what Buffalo is at, as far as Colorado, the Buffaloes, and you want to see what Duke is at, go ahead and go search it on Google.
They're both moving up, salute to both of them. And Colorado is still holding strong. They took care of Nebraska last weekend. Well, Alabama is not looking like Alabama. That's kind of weird. They don't really have a quarterback. What up, Higgins? They don't really have a quarterback, man, and Texas went ahead and put it on them, man. SEC as a whole is kind of looking suspect this year. They just are. And weirdly, the Pac-12 or Pac whatever that's basically Pac dissolved, they all playing good, but they ain't got none of them got no conferences. So, interesting.
I think it comes to the NIL deals, man. We said this the last couple of years. NIL was going to bring parity to the game because now I don't have to go to the big program to get the payday. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to go to a powerhouse school so that my mama taken care of. I don't have to go to a powerhouse school, and these are alleged, but you dig what I'm saying. So now I can go to a small school and Pepsi might tell me, hey, if you go over here, we can make you the man and give you this $500K. We not everybody getting $1 million deals. Them little bitty deals, you get enough of them, they add up. Let me tell you something, $500K more than what we make together a year. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it is. If you think about it, you know what I mean? One deal, $500K. That's
I mean,
nice
look at my man from USC. He in the Wendy's commercial. Caleb Williams. In a full national Wendy's commercial. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't from USC, and I see it clear right here in St. Louis. You know what I mean? So NIL is working in them players' behalf, which I have no problem with.
I don't either, because I'm tired of always seeing now check this out, and we'll talk about this later on in the sports on how when they want people in, because it's a money grabber. I don't care how many games Alabama lose. You best believe they're going to find a way to put them boys in the playoffs because they pack seats.
Facts.
You dig
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? They will find
bring
a way
all
to
them
make sure the
RVs.
boys get in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah you got to think about that.
All right, moving on to NFL news. One of the number one topics that's trending all over sports, period, is Aaron Rodgers is out for the season after he tore his Achilles on literally his fourth snap of the play, but basically the first play of the game, in my opinion. I don't care nothing about fourth snap. When he grabbed the ball, he bagged back, he got sacked, and night. That's the end of the whole season. That's a shame. Yeah, and my man, he 39 years old. I don't know how quick he coming back from that. That's a hard injury to come back from, period. You know what I mean? Let alone somebody who's 39 years old. And he looked 59 years old. Cause I swear, he look older than us. I don't care what that one word say. Somebody's birth certificate ain't adding up.
I'd say this about Aaron Rodgers, man. When these athletes do get these injuries, it is a little different between you and I. Because we ordinary, everyday Joes where they elite athletes, you know what I mean? Well, supposed to be. So their healing process, because their body's been trained and they should be eating correctly. It should, but I don't care. Achilles heel at 39 years old. Yeah, we'll see, man.
Achilles. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. Other NFL news. 49ers don't look like they missed a beat, bro. And the reason I'm bringing them up is because we both had them projected last week when we were talking about this. We both had them doing good this year. On two early predictions. Other NFL news. Burrow got the bag and forgot how to play football. I don't know what the heck happened.
This is facts, bro.
Must be the money.
Must be the money.
Massage Envy gets his first win of the season, but because last year he looked like slaw when he came back. Like my man hadn't had a massage in a few weeks and didn't know how to throw the ball. So his off season. Last season was looking real bad when he came back.
He was getting all them 100% team massages. They weren't hitting right.
So also in NFL news, man, Stafford threw for 334 yards in the Rams.
Yes,
Jimmy G gets his win with the Raiders over the Broncos. Dallas routs the Giants. Calm down, Cowboy fans. It's only one game. I get it. Miami threw for 466 yards, 3 TDs. Three of them. Tyreek Hill had 2 of them, those CDs, and then wide receiver, man. A moment of silence for Mike Williams. He dies at the age of 36 after a construction site. A metal beam fell on his head a few weeks ago while he was at a construction site, hit his head, and he went into a induced coma, and he just never came out, and he passed away. So. Mike Williams, I know he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I can't think of the other team. But man, that's a sad story, man. 36 years old, like, man, you just look, man. Tomorrow not promise. That's all I can say.
No, sir. Better make sure you got life insurance. Just put it that way. I say it that way. You know what I mean? WNBA news, playoffs and season awards.
Yeah, man. So playoff kicks off tonight. Shout out to our girl C Monroe, Sports Talk with C, who is covering the Connecticut Sun. So the Sun, since I brought that up, is playing the Lynx, the number 3 Sun, playing the Minnesota Lynx. The Aces also play tonight. Las Vegas Aces going up against Chicago Sky, the number 8 seed. That's tonight's game. Those there. Friday's game will be the New York Liberty versus the Mystics. Dallas Wings versus the Atlanta Dream. So that is your playoffs. That's what the playoffs are looking like as far as the WNBA goes. The first round is the best of 3. So remember that. It's like how the old NBA used to be. It's the best of 3. It was the best of 5 in the NBA. But in the WNBA, it's the best of 3. And it gets real intense. If you don't like WNBA basketball and you've never experienced it, now is the time to watch, because you'll see how intense these ladies really do play if you've never given it a chance. It's like me with baseball. I don't watch baseball until the playoffs get here. Hockey, I don't watch hockey until the playoffs get here, because that's when it means something. So if you've never given WNBA a chance, start tonight with either the Aces versus the Sky, or Sun versus the Lynx. Now, awards. Player of the Year this year goes to Breanna Stewart. Man, let me tell you something.
Well deserved.
She a beast. Well deserved, man. Absolutely. She beat A.J. Wilson by 1 vote. That joint went down to the wire, but she is the Player of the Year. The Defensive Player of the Year goes to Connecticut Sun's Alyssa Thomas. Rookie of the Year went to Indiana Fever, Aaliyah Boston. So she went left college, went over to the WNBA, kept doing her thing. Sixth player of the year went to Las Vegas Aces, Elisa Clark. Coach of the year, Connecticut Sun coach Stephanie White. And those are your awards. They're still waiting to see who's going to get this MVP. I know Alyssa Thomas is up. AJ Wilson is up. I'm not sure if they're putting Breanna Stewart in that race or not, but we'll see what's going to happen. A good sports piece that was wrote by our very own MTMV Famo C on why Alyssa Thomas should get the MVP. Again, go check that out. Always got to plug the fam. You did?
Absolutely. MTMV always. All right, tennis news. Coco Gauff wins. She gets all the way to the U.S. Open and wins that thing. Salute. Me
and my son sat down and we watched this joint. Let me tell you something. First of all, salute to tennis players, period. That match was 2 hours and 7 minutes. 2 hours and 7 minutes, 3 sets. A lot of running back and forth. A lot of stamina needed for that. And the coolest part about this, Coco became the youngest American to win the U.S. Open since Serena Williams in 99. Yeah, since 99. And the fourth teenage American in the Open era to win the home slam. So I think that's super dope. And she also did it on the anniversary of both Arthur Ashe's breakthrough in U.S. Open victory in 68 and Venus Williams' maiden title at the event in 2000. So it was a lot of historic stuff going on for Coco, and she dominated, bro. The first set, she was looking a little shaky. Second set, she took care of it. But that last one, man, she let's just say she took that $3 million purse home, and she's straight.
Yeah, big salute to her, man. A young black woman doing big things in a sport that's not typically dominated by black people. The last black people that was very dominant was the Williams sisters, and she's black, but she's not like the Williams sisters, but she's still handling her business. So that big salute, man, for real. So I'm happy for her, and keep going.
For sure, man.
19 years old, man. She got a lot of future ahead of her, man. She already got her deal. She making a little bread. Big salute, for real.
She went with New Balance, man. A lot of people go with Nike or one of the other big things. She went with New Balance, and New Balance did her right. And again, that purse was $3 million, and she won it. You dig what I mean? So she won it all, and she did it on the anniversary of Arthur Ashe in Arthur Ashe Stadium. That's historic right there, man. You dig what I'm saying? On the anniversary of, so it was like storybook ending for that young lady. So salute to her.
I'm laughing at D. She said, yes, she whipped that, ... Yes, she did. All right, next thing, MLB Major League Baseball news, division standings and stuff.
We're just going with the standings, man. AL East, you know what, brother? We gonna go to the FIBA stuff, brother, because I sat up here and put everybody's records up here and didn't put the teams, cause
bless his heart. Charge to his head, not his heart if you're a church going person. All right, last thing, man. NBA news / world basketball, FIBA basketball news.
So Germany takes the FIBA Cup, man. This was big. And we'll talk more about this later on in the show. But in the FIBA World Cup, Germany wins its first FIBA World Cup for the first time in history. Serbia, they won its second silver medal. Canada won their first ever medal in FIBA play, period, with the bronze. And Team USA became the only top 4 team. This goes back to that moneymaker that finished the competition with 2 losses in a row. Understand this. They lost 2 games and still made the top 4. And the other 3 I just named in Serbia, Germany, and Canada actually won. And the U.S. had 2 losses, and they still came in 4th. Money, money, money. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's what it's all about. Because everybody knows if the U.S. is not there, nobody's gonna watch. That's all I'm gonna say.
Salute to Germany. Germany, they had a very good team, man. Dennis Schroeder on there. He plays totally different in the Olympics, as well as the Wagner brothers, Franz, and I forgot the other brother name, the one for Orlando. Both of them, they nice, man. They got a few NBA players, and Canada too. They look good, although they was in basically the consolation game. Dylan Brooks played like he ain't played ever. 37, 39, something on their head. So there's some good players in the world, man, but more to talk about that a little bit later in the show.
Okay, so with the MLB standings, man, you got the Orioles in the AL East at 91-53. You got the Twins in the AL Central at 76-70. In the AL West, you have the Astros at 82-64. Coming over to the National League, home of the Cardinals. Braves are are 95-50 in the NL East. The Brewers in the NL Central are 81-63. Cardinals, lowly Cardinals, 64-81. In the NL West, you have the Dodgers at 88-56, and those are your league standings. You know what I mean, as far as division goes.
For the Cardinals,
boy,
that's embarrassing. I've never seen the Cardinals
bro.
be this bad since I stayed in St. Louis. Some heads need to roll. That's all I'm gonna say. Heads need to roll. All right, man, we'll get to our soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, here's our soapbox segment where me and Rob have our thoughts for 2 minutes straight. We talk about whatever we want to talk about, but we stand on our soapbox and get these issues off right quick. Rob normally talks about sports. I normally talk about whatever that's on my mind, but we both out here, we'll do it for 2 minutes. We got a timer to look like this, and when it's over, you got a buzzer that sounds like this right here. As traditional, I always let my brother Rob go first. My brother, is you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Let's get
check this out, man. Names like, and then I know y'all gonna know a few of these: Miles Bridges, Kevin Porter Jr., Floyd Mayweather Jr., Chad Okocinco Johnson, Dennis Rodman, Manny Ramirez, Dez Bryant, Ray Rice, Jason Kidd, Brittany Griner, Ricana Williams. They all have this one thing in common: domestic violence. Yes, I did say 2 women in the names of those, because I know when we think about domestic violence, we think about women being domestically assaulted by a man. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Here's the thing that I want to talk about, and we'll get into this a little later. Look, man, it's time for us to wake up as a culture. It's time for us to wake up as a people. It's time for us to wake up in relationships. If you are in a relationship and this person is verbally abusing you, physically abusing you, doing anything, do what you need to do to set yourself up to leave. I know a lot of people, it's not that easy, and I'm not here to cast judgment on anyone. But fellas, when you get the bag and you start chasing certain type of women who got with you because of the bag, you kind of gotta think about the company that you asking for. Women, if you want to get with the guy who just got out of jail and he went into jail for domestic violence, but you want that thug type cat, you know what I mean? And then you wondering when he go across your head, like, what happened? Yo, we got to switch stuff and we got to do something better, because domestic violence is becoming so much so where now you have murder suicides.
Right. Women
and men are killing the significant other or the partner, then turning around and putting the gun on themselves so they don't have to suffer the consequences. So with me saying all that is, look, man, watch yourself when you get in these relationships. Everything that glitter ain't gold. I don't care how bad, how thick she is, how muscular he is, how big, how whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yo, watch it, man, because that can mean your life. And that's my soapbox, man, on domestic violence. And we'll get into that a little later.
Absolutely. All right, my soapbox is on a very similar subject. I want to talk about Kevin Porter Jr., like Rob said. This is not a repeat of what Rob said, but I'm coming from a different angle. So if you have not known, we don't share all the details, but he put his hands on his Instagram model lady that he was in a relationship with. He hurt her, not a little bit, a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's an NBA player for the Houston Rockets. He's a moderately well-known player. Moderately. He's not a superstar. We'll say that. But he's a moderately well-known player. But at the end of the day, he put his hands on this woman. And I want to call out the hypocrisy of the league that I love so much, which is the NBA, right? All of y'all know I root for a team called the Memphis Grizzlies. We have a young man by the name of Ja Morant who waved a toy gun that looked like that was a cigarette lighter, and he just got sentenced to 25 game suspension, right? Adam Silver's comment about Kevin Porter's thing was, well, we're going to let some more evidence come out, and we'll wait for we say anything. And he's not suspended from team facilities. Ja, as soon as the video came out, was suspended from team facilities. Let me ask you a question. What's worse, waving a little stupid toy gun or cracking a woman's head or cracking someone's back?
Literally, vertebrae.
Literally cracking someone's vertebrae. Two things. One thing is not like the other. Listen, I am a Ja Morant fan. I'm a Grizzlies fan. But that is great hypocrisy. And you're talking about, let me wait and see what this. No. This Negro should be suspended and banned from the NBA pending the end of whatever happens. But until they find out everything, no, dog. You ain't Houston nothing. That's what it should be. Because that's basically attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you say you whoop a woman and all that. Okay, in 90% of cases, men are bigger than women. When you swing on a woman with your force, you can kill her. Bruh, this ain't cool. This ain't cool at all. So, as with my brother Rob Soapbox, I point out the hypocrisy of that they're acting like this is no big deal. We'll just wait and see. No, you don't need to wait and see. Do something now. This is what caused the action. You know what I'm saying? This is what you call the action, to do something, because you got to protect. If you are housing, as the NBA, you're housing the WNBA, shouldn't you protect the women that you represent? Come on, bro. Like, this is bad, man. So, yeah, that's my soapbox. I agree with my brother, and it's trash. It's trash. We're getting debate for you. I am not pro beating anybody, especially no woman, man. You ain't the same size as her. Anyway, this is our debate for you. Say when me and Rob go back and forth for 5 minutes on particular subjects, and when it's done, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. You have to excuse me. I was still talking about I have no respect for men to beat women. None. Zero. Negative 1,000. You is a coward and a chump. I don't care how big you is, man. You got to whoop a woman. She can't beat you up. Anyway. All right. Me and Rob go back and forth on particular. She can't get out
the relationship.
Yeah, because she going to whoop your tail. All right. First subject, man, for 5 minutes, man. NFL Week 1. Impress, depressed. It was the very first week of the NFL. Open up this week. And
yeah, man.
Let's go with the NFC. Who was you impressed with on the NFC, my guy?
On the NFC side, man, how about them Cowboys? 40-0 rout. No, Dak didn't have a great game. Dak didn't even throw for a touchdown. But the team as a whole, I'm impressed by that. We'll see. Sir. But again, I said this earlier. Calm down, Cowboy fans.
My NFC impressed, man. I'm gonna say the Cowboys as well. That's what I have first. But since you said the Cowboys, I go with my runner up. My runner up was the Detroit Lions. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I know they was missing Travis Kelce. I know they was missing Chris Jones. I know I forgot old boy name that he couldn't catch a ball to save his life. He couldn't catch nothing. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't catch a cold if he tried. My man couldn't catch nothing. But with that being said, they won that game. Patrick Mahomes exists on that team. And I didn't expect them to lose. And they won. So salute to Detroit Lions. They have a very good team. They got an awesome offensive line, which means they're going to be able to run. They can beat some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No doubt. My NFC depress, just the opposite. The Giants.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Saquon only rushed for 51 yards. Jones threw 2 picks like they was on his squad. I don't know if Queen Latifah's national anthem had them boys starstruck or what, but they just did not come to play, bro.
Side note, Queen can sing a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Queen killed.
I thought it was gonna be trash. I was like, oh,
no. Queen got
she stayed in her pocket. But the crazy, she said she didn't try to go above any octave that she couldn't do. What most people would do when they get up there. So salute to her, man. As a side note.
Queen got a whole blues album out, man. She ain't who you depressed though.
Yeah, it's the Giants as well, man. No, yeah, my depress is the Giants, man. That was an embarrassing loss. I know the Cowboys defense is awesome. Micah Parsons is awesome. The Diggs on the cornerbacks on the end is awesome. They got a very ridiculous defense. I get all that. Can you score a point? A point at home? Can you do something? You know what I'm saying? Can you get out your own way? You got a great offensive coordinator as a coach, and that was an embarrassment. But anyway, AFC impressed, bro.
Impressed for me is the Miami Dolphins, man. They held out against the Chargers, won 36-34, and Tua and Hill connect. Let me tell you something.
What up, B+?
Tua threw Hill a catch to the corner, bro. Hill popped in with the one hand. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. They looking real nice. Tua got some weapons to go to, and I was impressed with the Miami Dolphins and beating out the LA Superchargers.
My impressed AFC is the New York Jets. I am impressed. Yeah. I am highly impressed with them, and this is why. They had a devastating loss within the first 5 minutes. I mean, it was so much hype. The NFL was hyping up Rodgers. He came out there with the American flag, coming out there looking like John Cena or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
They was all hyped up. And first play, womp. You know what I'm saying? His ankle went out, and my man came in there and held it down. It was bad. But he came in there and they won that game. You have to have some fortitude to win the game. Now, that team is good. It's not the same old Jets. They've added some offensive pieces, and their defense is real nice too. But to win that game, that's respect. And, big respect. In AFC D-Press.
My D-Press, listen, all these one words played like Joe's bag was going to set them up for life because that was embarrassing. Joe got benched. He only threw 82 yards. I don't know what the heck was going on. I don't know if he was still on the high. I don't know if he took them boys to Cancun like my man Odell Beckham did the Giants when they made the playoffs and got embarrassed. I don't know what he did with the bag. But when that man got that $200+ million guaranteed, he must have took the whole squad, including the coaching staff, because for them not to do anything in that game, that was an embarrassment, man. To
what
watch
team
the
you
Bengals
saying?
Get routed.
The Bengals?
Yeah. They acted like Joe's bag was their bag.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go to Bills, man. I'm going to go Bills because their quarterback cannot stop throwing interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions to the same player at the same bleep time. Bro, what is you doing? What is you doing? And they was diming him to the wrong player. You know what I'm saying? What, Josh Allen, what has happened to you? People inside the Bills network are thinking he's got too famous. He got too popular. He got him a supermodel. He got an actress wife. A girlfriend, Haley Steinfeld. You know, the little girl that's been popular. Then he had a model back before. Then he think he getting too big or whatever. Bro, I don't know what you're doing, but stop throwing so many interceptions. Your team, you shouldn't have lost to the Jets. Look, I respect the Jets for that win. That was tough and fortitude. Y'all had that game wrapped up and you choked it away. Bruh, do better. Please do better.
Yeah. But the Bengals to lose to Masai
that's bad
in the squad, that's bad.
Yeah,
bro.
That's bad. You know, I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with the Bengals, man. And I think, honestly, on real talk, I think Joe Burrow's ankle is not done. He sat out all the preseason with a hurt ankle, and I think it's probably still a little tender. And he didn't play in preseason games, so he's probably rusty. So a lot of times they rusty in the first game or so, then he'll be all right next week. But it still look bad. All right, next subject. Should the Jets get a replacement QB or stay with Zach Wilson after the Rodgers injury? Should the Jets get a replacement QB or stay with Zach Wilson, the backup quarterback, after the Rodgers injury? Mr. Davis.
Let me tell you what Zach did since he's been with this organization. In 2021, he played in 13 games, threw over 2,300 yards, 9 TDs, but he had 11 picks. Mm-hmm. Last season, he played in 9 games, threw for 1,600 yards, 6 TDs, 7 picks. Mm-hmm. Look at what he's doing. More picks than touchdowns. Okay, he got a win. Now check this out. They got a win over the Bills, right? He had 140 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. This man, this is why they brought in
very Josh Allen-ish.
This is why they brought in Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
He has declined over the 2 years he was there. So of course they brought in Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna tell you what quarterbacks are actually out there. It ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? And all my pro-black folks, stop yelling Kaepernick's name. He's not coming back. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Why would you think he would still be good?
Yeah.
Come on. That's not how sports work. He's not going to be good just because he's black and we felt like he got done wrong. That don't make him good anymore.
We got to
move on, people.
We took the knee. And if you think he can come back, back and be good, look at Masai's envy last year when he came back. That boy could throw 5 yards. So anyways, go ahead, man. I'll tell you the quarterbacks is out there because it ain't much, fam.
Yeah, I think they should keep Zach Wilson, but get another backup for him, but a good veteran type backup for him, like a Nick Foles, somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's reliable. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry about it because he's going to throw his interceptions. But there should be some hope. There's a literal Aaron Rodgers there to help him, right? He has not had a real good vet ahead of him that can help him. Now, Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna make him great because he can't go out there and run, but he can talk to him, get in his head, build him up. This Aaron Rodgers you've seen with the Jets is not the Aaron Rodgers you saw with Green Bay, who was grumpy and mad and upset. He was happy, encouraging, helping the teammates and all that type stuff because he's been reinvigorated. So if he keeps a good attitude, he may be able to help Zach Wilson become a better quarterback, man. Because listen, in football, if you can throw and you can run a little bit, you can be a decent quarterback. You can learn how to be more accurate. You can learn timing. It takes time, but you can learn that. But you can't learn a bigger arm. You can't learn faster legs. But if you got those two things, you can work with them. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so the quarterbacks that's out there right now, Colt McCoy and Chase Daniels, both of them are short as all get out. They both 36 years old. Nick Foles, as you said, he has a Super Bowl under his belt, but didn't nobody want Nick. You got Matt Ryan. They ran him out of Atlanta. You didn't
He
know
on
what I'm
TV
saying?
somewhere.
Yeah, so you got Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, nope, and Carson Wentz. And we all know nobody like Wentz. You dig what I'm saying? And he's the youngest of them. So to piggyback off and I'm not ragging the age. And the reason being because Fitzpatrick did it where he came in and he was very serviceable. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm speaking on, very serviceable when I can't think of who went down, but Fitzpatrick came in and was able to do some things for him.
Right.
Nick Foles is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Colt McCoy, no.
Maybe.
Chase Daniels, this is not Mizzou anymore. So Nick Foles, you don't really need a Joe Flacco type. I mean, I would do Nick Foles because at least Nick Foles can read an offense. He has some chemistry and he has a semi-good arm. Not a great, but a semi-good arm.
Let me throw out one example I think that could be good. I'm not sure he's that much better than Zach Wilson, but he started out rated higher than Zach Wilson. How about Jameis Winston? Like somebody they offer a trade to get him off of the Saints because he's backing up I can't remember dude name, the starter. He was from the Raiders last year, but he played with them now. But anyway, maybe they should try to get Jameis Winston. He can run a little bit. He do have an arm, but he throws interceptions as well. Derek Carr. So he's backing up Derek Carr down there at the New Orleans Saints. So that's something they could try. But what I think they probably will do is just stay with Zach Wilson and try to find him some type of backup to stay behind him, and try to find like a change of pace, different type of quarterback for the backup just in case he gets hurt,
And just looking at Zach, though, man, like I said, first year, 9 TDs, 11 picks, then 6 TDs, 7 picks, and then he's already 1-1.
Yeah.
He's already thrown a pick. So, I mean, he's consistent. I can tell you that.
But we'll say this, though. That team has a lot of talent, has a good defense. If you can calm your butt down and control the game, you can win with a great defense. That's
you got some
football.
Weapons now, too.
This has happened a long time. And you got some weapons on offense because they all came to play with Rodgers. Now, they probably all mad now, But, hey, it can work out. All right, man. Next subject we'll be going to. All right, after the USA failed to medal in FIBA, has the world caught up to America? Once again, after the USA failed to medal in FIBA, has the world caught up to America? Go ahead, bro. I got some interesting thoughts on this.
They've caught up with our B team. And this is what I mean. The last time the U.S. won the FIBA World Cup was in 2014. The U.S. don't care about FIBA. You know what I mean? FIBA is not every year. It's every 4 years. 2019, Spain won. Argentina was the runner-up. 2023, Germany won, and Serbia was the runner-up. You dig what I'm saying? So it's every 4 years. And the last time we won was 2014. And the bottom line is our big guns ain't out there. But our B team, our bench, we can't trifle with the world no more. You dig what I'm saying? Because if you go to USA play, we dominant. We didn't won the last 4 Olympics. You dig what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't saying we dominated, but we didn't won. Beijing, 2008, London, 2012, 2016, Rio, 2020, Tokyo, and now we're gearing up for 2024. Go ahead. And
this will be a real debate for you. I think the world, there's 2 things to be true. I think the world has caught up to America, but I think that team should have won the gold. I think the team didn't win the gold because Steve Kerr playing stupid lineups. That team was good enough to win. That was our B team. No other team had as much talent as us. Our whole team had all NBA players. Every other team had 1 to 2, maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? Giannis didn't play. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a Giannis out there that had to play. They didn't have to play against Jokic out there. All they played was an upset Luka. Luka didn't do that much out there. You know what I mean? USA lost to Germany with a small Schroeder and the Wagner brothers, and they lost to that. What happened was, and I look, slight to my own player, my guy, Triple J, is not a center. They was playing him at center. Steve Kerr, wake up, my guy. Just because he's 7 foot don't mean he's a center. You dig what I'm saying? Shannon Fry is 7 foot tall. He's not a center, right?
Right.
My man Triple J is a power forward. He needs a big center, and every time the USA played a team with a big center, we got pounded. We got whooped because he couldn't get no rebounds. Right. The only other big man was Walker Kessler. They should have played Walker Kessler and JJ together. Then they would have been better. But Steve Kerr tried to play Golden State basketball with no Golden State players. How about you switch it up, Steve Kerr? People that know basketball looked at it and said Steve Kerr did it. This ain't the players, man. Them dudes was good enough. Anthony Edwards averaging like 30 out there.
Yeah.
Beasting these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So my opinion, I don't think it had nothing to do with our players not good enough. No, they're good enough. That was a good enough team. They should have won the goal. I don't care what you say. No other team, I didn't have no fear from no other team up there that was coaching. You're not using your pieces the right way. That's my opinion.
But
and as a coach that went pretty well in the little man's league, I stamped it. Although we didn't win, we played on the last day.
but I will say
one game away.
With that, I know we were 1 game away. I will say this though: I could say coaching, but where your pride at? For the ones that was out there, where your pride at? Because then you guys raveled down. Because if you're an NBA player and we got up and coming stars out there, it's time. When y'all was high fiving and winning and rolling over Italy and what's my man that did Austin Reeves, he doing this and Edwards and what that's that? Because when your coach is tripping, it's time for you, when your coach don't know what he's doing. The players on the Halliburton, Edwards, and I get it. All these guys are young, so they are looking to it. But I'm gonna tell you something else about the coaching staff. My man Spo was on the coaching staff, and I saw his face. I saw his face when we lost, and he looked like right at Steve Kerr, like, bro, you was one of the dumbest. It got to be it's your players that's making you win. You know what I mean? I'm sure. But that's the thing. Like, it's not. I'm not just gonna put it all on Steve Kerr because them players should have had some pride on it. We set up here last week, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go back and look at it. You can take the receipt. I'm not gonna sleep on Germany, but Canada should have an easy road because they're playing Serbia with no joker. Right. And Serbia came in and pounded Canada. And then I said, we can't sleep on Germany, though, because Germany got such and such and such. And what happened? I watched the game. Germany came in and we was down and we ended up going into over. No, that's the Canada game. We were down and then we tried to come back and Germany just smacked us. And then we turned around and do the same thing against Canada. And we shouldn't have lost the Canada game. We let Dylan Brooks look like freaking an all-star out there, man. Like a straight all-star. He had 37 points.
Now we do have to mention we was missing 3 players in that game. We was missing 1 starter and 2 other players in that game. Now, it still ain't no excuse. I agree with you. I think we'll move on after this. The players got to have the heart and the coach got to coach. Listen, Spoelstra should be the coach. That's all I say. And it's not because I know my brother is a Heat fan. I got more respect for Spoelstra than Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, I mean, let me do that without Curry. We saw what happened when Curry was hurt that season. How many games they win? That's what I'm saying. You know, whenever somebody's hurt on their team, they don't go nowhere because he can't innovate some type of new system to utilize those players because he's not that great of a coach. The man is – anyway, I'll go on and on about Kerr. All right, man, we're going to move on. Last subject for tonight. After Rodgers' injury and others, because someone else got injured that day, should the NFL mandate teams to play on grass and not turf? After Rodgers' injury and others, should the NFL mandate teams to play on grass and not turf? Now, this comes from, I heard reports of the Players Association being upset because of turf, because players get hurt a lot on turf. They say turf does not give like grass, and it's more opportunities for injuries like Rodgers had. Now, Rodgers, 39 years old, it can happen at any time. But for someone who's younger, because that turf doesn't give, it can stick and then you pull your Achilles or something like that. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So the turf, the stats on that, man, turf has a 32% higher non-contact knee type injury and a 69% higher rate on foot and ankle injuries than playing on grass. Look, we all grew up playing on grass, bro. We all did. You know what I mean? Tackle football, throwback tackle. I don't know if y'all had that down in Memphis, but on the East Coast, throw that ball back and then you grab the ball and you try to get to the touchdown while everybody trying to get at you. But grass is more natural. You know, it gives. So, like, if you slip, you can hurt yourself, but at least it's a clean slip as opposed to planting your foot. Right. And when you plant your foot, there's no giveaway. Not only that, it's easy. It's cheaper for turf. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have to maintain the field. There's no watering and there's no covering it up or doing any of the stuff that you have to do to maintain it. But if you're willing to give Macaulay Culkin $200 million, you better get that boy some grass out there. Otherwise, he gonna be home alone for real when they drop him from this contract if he keep playing like that. Now, I don't know if the Bengals play on turf or not, but I'm just making a joke out of a serious situation. They need to let it go, man. They need to let it go and go to grass. What you got, C?
Hagen say J.K. Dobbins towards Achilles too. Like I said, another person playing on turf. So that's what I'm saying. I think they should go to all grass. The NFL, you can mandate it. You got more money, not literally, but in just figuratively speaking. They got more money than God. They got all kind of money. NFL is the biggest league in America. Money. Yeah. Every team is worth billions of dollars. Every team, even the not the Redskins, the Commanders, they got sold billions. You feel what I'm saying? You can mandate that. You can hire True Green, True Value, somebody to come out there and take care of that grass and get it right. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Little Pookie, somebody get that grass right. You know what I mean? And keep your grass level, keep everything together.
Don't want to sound racist.
You can put some good grass out there for football, man, to stop the injuries. You know, Roger Goodell was on First Take today, an interview with Stephen A. Smith. It was a good interview, you know, and they asked him about it, and he kind of just meased them out around it. Well, this was a different type of turf. And, you know, I had actually some other players say they kind of like the turf. Look, bro, if those stats are what you said, and actually Stephen A. mentioned them exact same stats you said on there, if that is true, 69% people getting hurt all the time, that's too much. That's more than 50%. Yeah. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. I don't care if you like this new kind or whatever. Nah, bro, use the right thing to keep these players safe, man. They already getting hit. They already going to have freak injuries anyway because of what type of game it is. But if you can minimize that without this turf, especially for the speedy people, man, think of like a Tyreek Hill who's super fast. If he cuts the wrong way and that his legs stick, he going to tear his ACL. Easy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's running. I think they say this dude run like 25 miles an hour. He's running with so much torque and force, and he's herky-jerky, kind of like Barry Sanders was. If you catch that turf the wrong way, man, he's going to be bad off, bro. So I think you should switch to all grass, in my opinion, bro.
It seems like the ones who like the turf are the ones are your kickoff returners, your cornerbacks, some of your defensive players, because they can get a grip and not get burnt. You dig what I'm saying? So when they backpedaling and they make their cut, I mean, the injuries are still the same regardless. Absolutely. But on the offensive side, it's a little more, you're more susceptible to that cut where you got to go, you know, you're doing that 5 and out route, 5 and across the slant. Yeah. You have to cut and you plant more than some of the defenders do because they're reacting to it. Right. But, I think it's time to just go all grass, man. But some people, they appreciate the turf for those speed purposes because it does give them an advantage. If turf didn't have that type of injury, can you imagine Tyreek Hill playing a whole season, 8 games on turf and didn't have to worry about that type of injury? That's dangerous, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's some speed. Man. That's why I remember Greatest Show on Turf. That's why the Rams were so explosive with the Torrey Holtz and all of those guys, Ricky Prohl, when they just hit the league by storm because all these guys were so freaking fast on turf. and that it worked out for him.
Yep. All right, man. That has been our debate for you segment. We gonna get up out of here, but we got the one word of the day, man, because it's a couple of these one words. Here we go, man. This one word. No. Of the day. The one word of the this not even Rob. What in the world?
That boy came back with a silhouette.
Hold on. Like, who is this? There he is. All right, man. The one word of the day is Kevin Porter and Mel Tucker. Tell us why, Mr. Davis.
Okay, so Michigan State head coach Mel Tucker has been suspended, and his job status going forward is in doubt amid an ongoing university sexual harassment investigations. So my man is alleged sexual harassment. Let me explain something to you. If you don't know who Mel Tucker is a black head coach, or was the black head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were at Michigan State, my guy. On the other, you got, it's Michigan State. You're following on the other side, I think, who is it? Izzo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The basketball side of things. And you pull this and they bring you in and now they're suspending you. It sounds like it's about to be, your job about to be done, bro. Like, he's out of there. This is not what's my man, the new Houston head coach that they did wrong on some consensual stuff. This is harassment. So don't get it twisted for those who are like, oh, this is the same thing Adoki, I can't think of his name. I don't never say it right.
Adoka.
Yeah, Ime. No, this is not the same thing as Ime did. Ime had consensual. This man had sexual harassment. And the way that they're saying investigation, this don't seem like with a staff member. This seems like it may be something dealing with a student. I'm assuming, but the way that they put the story out there, I don't think this is staff. And we'll go from there.
What I heard was a little something different. Not a staff, but it was it was a former student who was assaulted by someone else at Michigan State. There was another guy, I can't remember the guy's name. I think he was assaulting the gymnast or something that was at Michigan State. And she was basically like, doing speaking engagements, talking about advocating against sexual harassment. And they was talking all on the phone a lot. And they said they had a list of all their phone conversations, all 30 minutes. So hopefully he didn't assault her. But then again, y'all, why is y'all talking 30 minutes all the time? So hopefully the truth comes out. I'm not saying the lady was wrong, you know what I'm saying? But so the person he was talking to was basically a public advocate against sexual assault. You know what I'm saying? But then she felt like she got assaulted again by talking to him. But he was saying, I thought we were just cool friends, just kicking it type thing. You know what I mean? So it's strange. This is a strange, sticky situation. But at the end of the day, he's not been coaching good. And I think part of this is we don't want you as coach anyway. So we're going to put that part in there too. We tired of you, one word. We ain't trying to have representation no more. We need somebody to win. So, no college Rooney rule for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah. And if you don't know what the Rooney rule is, that's having a black coach in an NFL position. Kevin Porter Jr., we've already talked about him. This man literally assaulted his girlfriend and cracked her vertebrae. And these are our one words of the day. I don't even want to talk about the Kevin Porter situation no more. As far as Mel Tucker goes, I appreciate you. I stand corrected for how I put that out there, because anytime you put something out there in public, I want to make sure we are talking about what we're supposed to be talking about and not giving assumptions. So my apologies. I stand on that right now. But the Kevin Porter Jr. stuff, ain't no apologies behind it unless he's found not guilty after all of the investigations, but her vertebrae cracked. So I don't really know what you can do with that one, man. So whatever happened with Kevin happens with him. I hope he learned his lesson. Mel, hopefully he get justice if it didn't happen. If she was recording the conversations, that one a little iffy right there. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, you talking 30 minutes of time. I ain't saying something ain't right. But anyway, man, that has been our sports show, man. Kevin Porter, you need to go to jail. My point, my thoughts on this. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, have you ever thought I really enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast? How can I help support them? How can I be a blessing to them? Look, hit that subscribe notification button. If you've already hit the subscribe button, you don't have to hit it again. You already subscribed, but make sure that notification on because YouTube has been tripping. I follow a lot of people and I never get notifications when these folks go live. And it's not that I'm being funny. I find out later when I look at my subscriptions, but hit the notification again, unhit it and hit it again. And maybe that'll reset some stuff. You can also slide through on the Cash App, Not the Same Podcast, or notthesamepodcast.com/support. Remember, we are here every Wednesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, and that's how you can support the Not the Same Podcast.
Shout out to our new subscribers. We had a few more to come in, man. Appreciate you. If you know somebody that have not subscribed to Not the Same Podcast, let them know, man. If you enjoy this, one of our regulars, you got some homies that ain't watching, hey, tell them, man, you ain't doing nothing at Wednesday. You ain't doing nothing Thursday at 6, man. Go and give a subscribe to what we're doing to try to help us keep this positive thing going. With that being said, man, we'll be back tomorrow with another Music and Faith show live at 6 o'clock. Be sure to tune in. I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out, man. We see y'all later.
Gave us the strength, so we gave us the power.